What is going on, guys? It is Lely2SXE and this is episode 10 of my Master League Online series. First of all, I'm going to explain the title, cutting out the bullshit. Basically, we all know what PES 2014 has been like. We know it's a good game riddled with flaws, and the online is a complete joke. So I'm going to fast forward my progress up until the point where the game has got patched up. Right now, I know there's been a data pack that's been released on November the 15th. I'm commentating on November the 16th. I haven't actually played the game in about 2 to 3 weeks because it's just been that frustrating for me, and editing has been just as bad. Like when I'm watching these matches and I'll have to edit them, I get so frustrated. That's why I've not been uploading for a very long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward my progress. I'm not going to skip all them matches because I've actually played around 90 to 100 matches, and what I'm going to carry on doing is I'm just going to pick out the best moments. You're not going to miss any of the signings or anything like that, and I'm going to start doing player reviews. It'll give me a bit of time to catch up on all that sort of stuff as well, because I said I was going to do player reviews. I've got about 3-4 players, so now I'll start doing like one after the other. I will be doing match by match progress, but that's once the game becomes at a consistently playable level. The reason I do YouTube videos is because I enjoy the whole experience. So that's showing you my journey, then the communication with you guys, the help I offer some of you guys, and the help some of you guys offer me. I enjoy it all. It's a two-way thing. But when you're not enjoying the game that you're playing, then it all goes downhill from there, because it's just, if it's not enjoyable from the start, then it's only going to go one way, and that's going to be down. So yeah, once the game gets at a better level, then hopefully it all starts to rise again, and the passion of the YouTube and everything comes back, and then you'll start seeing more of me again. Now the first thing I'd say is, do not sign Matthew Taylor. I'm not saying that just because he missed that penalty. It was a brilliant time for me to actually say that, but when you sign a player, you want to sign someone who actually makes a difference to your team. He gives you a different dimension to your team. He gives you a cutting edge. He does something. He's a game changer, or he does something where he actually aids your team quite a lot. Matthew Taylor isn't that player for me. He just seems to be another player on the left or right that just does a job there. He doesn't actually offer me much more, so that's the reason I wouldn't actually recommend signing him. This is the one and only time that you're going to actually see Matthew Taylor play for me, because right now I'm going through the fast forwarding my progress phase, and he only actually played about 3 or 4 matches, and he wasn't too impressive in any of them matches, apart from this one when he was on top form and he had a bit more of an impact in this game. But for him then it was a bit too late, because I had already lined up his replacement, and anyone that's seen the last episode will know who exactly I was looking for and who I actually wanted, but I couldn't afford him at the time. You'll see who he is in a second, but let me quickly tell you what I was looking for in this signing. When I look for a player that plays just behind the striker, I don't look for power, I don't look for pace. Pace is slightly important. I don't want him to be Mertesacker slow, but if he's really quick like Walcott and he's got the touch of a rapist, then that pace is useless to me. What I look for in a player that plays just behind the striker is good ball control and good dribbling. Why do I think ball control is the most important stat for someone in that position? Well, if you spend too much time trying to bring that ball down, you have less time to actually look up and play the pass, and the player on the pitch will be like less composed, and that pass won't be as good. Where if you're using someone like Albin, who's got I think 82 for ball control or 83, something like that, he gets that ball down very quickly, and then you have a lot of time to look up and play that killer pass. And it's obvious what the second obvious stat for me will be is the actual passing stat itself, but at this level I couldn't get picky and have someone that's got an amazing first touch and amazing pass as well, so I settled for a good first touch because I needed the extra time in that area of the field to go do something. But what you're watching right now is Albin's debut. It was pretty impressive for me on his debut, but this is also the reason why I get really frustrated with the game, and you'll see why. It's not just this match, it's the next thing that happens straight after the match. When I was playing this match, the first clip that you saw of Albin confirmed to me that I had actually made the right decision in letting go of Matthew Taylor and signing Albin, because that was a bit of a Warriors effort. So he shrugged off I think 1 or 2 challenges, and he had a decent effort on goal that went slightly wide, but you can see he's having a good debut match for me here. He's already got the first 2 goals, and then here he's actually not just scoring goals, but he's actually setting up chances as well. The way he plays just made the match a lot easier for me, and I don't know how Minandinho didn't score that there, but he did well to keep the ball in my favour, and Albin picks up the pieces and gets his hat-trick in the first half. Now what really frustrates me about this game is you can see that there's not been any connection problems and whatnot, and this pass by that Issa Sissoko or something his name is, or Issa Sissoko, I love the technique on that pass, and it's good, well worked goal. But this is what really frustrates me. You can see there's been no connection problems, and I've certainly played on games which have had a lot worse connection than this. There's actually nothing wrong with that connection, but it just suddenly disconnects and says, oh, the match has got a lot worse, when it clearly hasn't. And then it's just a big waste of time. That's what the big frustration for me is. It's just such a big waste of time. If that happens to you 2 times in one day, you've probably wasted about half an hour, and then it gets even better. I was looking for a match And then look at this. Before we've even connected, it says this match will now be abandoned as you have lost communications with the other user. So I thought, okay, no big problem, I'll just look for another match. But then it moved on to this screen. I thought, goes, wait, base points are lost. I thought, wait, there's no way I could have lost this match. I've not even seen the other guy's lineup. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'm just going to cover my back, just see if I've actually got the loss. So I went to the statistics, went to last 20 results, and I thought, oh my god, I cannot believe it. You seen me when, well, you didn't actually see the matches, but it was 6-1, 5-0, and look at the times there, 23-13, and then 3 minutes later, I've disconnected. Why on earth would I disconnect? You just seen what I did. I did absolutely nothing wrong there. I was thinking, what a way to lose a win streak. I think I only had actually won about 2-3 games prior to this match, but what a stupid way to lose it. And then it goes against your record, and it's just not as it does only go against your record, it goes against your disconnection records, and then you start playing against people that genuinely disconnect, and it just, you know, dampens the experience. But before I end the episode, I just want to let you guys know the reason I haven't actually done a review on the game yet is because if I do a review right now, it feels like I'm reviewing half a game, and I thought at least wait for Konami to patch the game up, and I'll let them do their first patch. If they haven't fixed it by then, I'll probably review it and I'll be honest with my scores. I've seen a lot of people give this game 8s. I think that's a bit too high for a game that's got this many flaws, and it's just a bit too broken at the moment. It's got the potential to be a clear 8, high ends or 8 if the game was running perfectly fine and everything clicked, but it just doesn't do that at the moment, and that's the reality of it. We've got to mark the game on what it's doing, not what its potential is, but what it's actually doing. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.